Happy New Year, SimWorld, and welcome to Sydney, Australia. We have the Basketball Without Borders event here, just about ready to tip off. I am E. Lava, and I am joined today by my producer, as always, Ron Yell, and in the booth with me, B-Ron. Happy New Year, B-Ron.
Happy New Year, E. Happy New Year, SimWorld. How's everybody doing? We're here for a great Basketball Without Borders here in Australia. So excited to get this one going.
Well, we got the gray versus the blue, our typical color breakdown in this format. Gray shot up and rattles home to get them started. And that's a three. Team Gray, led by Giovanni Conwell, already on SimWorld Oceania, but also Madison Miles III out of Hawaii on the Gray squad. Interested to see what he can do today. Nice block there. Gray off start. And here comes Cole Webb with it. Team Blue, led by Musa Michaud. Travion Abbas, also 15 years old, Abbas.
Good spin move there.
Nice spin. Oh, and a nice dish. Leads to an open three, but that won't go. Whistle. Ball out of bounds. Going over to the Gray. Started off pretty well here, the Gray. Nice block there at that end.
Yeah, they definitely have. But I think both teams we're seeing so far anyway, they're going to move the basketball, and both going to get up with finding the open man. Whether the shot's gone in or not, finding the open man is very important to making those shots easier to fall.
Well, these teams know each other pretty well. Actually, all 10 of the players currently on SimWorld Oceania represented in this squad, split up evenly, 5 and 5, and another outside shot rattled in, 2 for 2 from deep. Team Gray, and they quickly have a 6-0 lead here in this one.
That one was Cole Webb. That was his first of the day.
Cole Webb, an exciting prospect. Another Gray takeaway. They bring it back up. And quickly looking to convert and do 8-0 run here, first 90 seconds. I want to remind everybody as well, this is, as you can see, a full 5-on-5 competition. This is a full game, 4 quarters, 8 minutes apiece, just like we do it in regular SimWorld. And another Gray takeaway. They have been pretty flawless to start this game, B-Ron.
Absolutely. And one of the big things I know with Team Gray is their speed on both sides of the ball. When they've been on defense, they've been getting in the passing lane, which has caused these easier looks for them on the offensive side, or getting themselves into offensive sets. And
that is Giovanni Conwell. Dribbles around his defender and then over the man who came over to help. And Team Blue going to call a timeout, and I can't blame them. Team Gray has come out here in Sydney doing whatever they want on defense and on offense. 10-0 lead, just a little bit more than 2 minutes played. Pretty impressive.
2023.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about Giovanni Caldwell for a second. 6'6", Australian, just 16 years old. Left-hander. Expected to be the starting small forward for this Oceania team, and is a skilled offensive creator. You saw it right there. Nice handle for his size, 6'6", 200-pounder, and obviously has some explosiveness, getting up there to finish that one in dramatic style.
Oh yeah, wow, that was very impressive to see that from him. And this game is potentially going to be a coming out party for him and a lot of these kids to make their marks. Because, we're having a bit of a change in how we do things here in SimWorld from last season to this season in terms of the international teams, and now how they'll be showcased a lot more this year as we're all under one SimWorld umbrella.
Travion Abbas could not get that shot to go down. Still nothing on the scoreboard yet for Team Blue. And they need to wake up here on both ends of the court, or else this thing might turn into a rout early. And another shot just... Whew.
Yep. Cole Webb, once again, his second. He's 2 for 2 so far.
Cole Webb looking like he came into this game tuned up and ready to go. And another turnover.
Good pass. Couldn't hold on to the ball there. Resulted in a turnover. Got to bring those in. When you're struggling like Team Blue is right now, it seems that, when it rains, it pours, and it's just not going well at all for them.
Hey, that shot right there wasn't easy, but Madison Miles, the Hawaiian, ranked as high as 13th in some of the preseason recruit rankings. Madison Miles, 6'9", athlete out of Hawaii,
Ooh.
not signed to any team yet. Oh, there we
Hey!
go.
There's a way to get on the board.
Exactly.
Hang
See it
on
there
a
on the
second. My
replay for it.
goodness.
Whew. Elevated over Miles to throw that one down, and Blue is on the board, but they still trail by a dozen early
So I've
on
seen
here.
enough. Let me get us on the board here.
Well, Blue was able to get on the board, but they cannot get a stop on the other end. Halfway through the first period now, and it is all Team Gray.
All Team Gray, and no jersey swap this time. Things are right as they should be, and Team Gray is firing on all cylinders to begin this game. Both sides of the floor doing extremely well.
Dube has it. He's going to drive, gets
And
fouled,
one!
and lays it in. Oh, nicely done there, and got that over Big Madison Miles. Took it over Miles' 6'9" frame.
That's a tough shot too, to go up over the taller defender like that and get that shot to fall, no less. That's, I couldn't do it.
Isaiah Dube going to try to convert the three-point play, get a little bit of momentum here for Team Blue. Can't get that free throw, way short on the free throw, actually. Well, you know, B-Ron, if something gives us any hope, I called the Basketball Without Borders Asia game, our most recent, prior to this one, Basketball Without Borders game, that definitely went back and forth. In that one, I believe it was Team Gray went down early by a bunch, but came back to win as we see Webb take another jumper and nail it. Cole Webb coming out party here in Sydney. Well, I was talking about the fact that you shouldn't count Blue out, but boy, if Gray keeps this kind of play up, Cole Webb and friends may just chase them out of the building. We can talk college football or something in the second half. I don't know, B-Rod.
This has been a really impressive start for Team Gray, as I've said. And it's just, there's so much that they're doing well right now that it's kind of tough to pick just one thing.
Well, Blue hasn't done much right, but that was a pretty interior pass there, leading to an easy bucket. Lead back down to a dozen.
I will say, I like what I see from Cole Webb so far. Aggressive with the ball in his hand, looking to get a shot up or find a teammate open.
Oh, and he does. And Gray is just unconscious. Great pass there from Cole Webb, showing you can create as well as score. Oh, Hunter. Oh, Huber, I mean. Can't get that shot to go. Excuse me. That's the other Hawaiian in the game. Akil Huber playing for Team Blue, but can't get that bucket.
Good job here slowing the pace down. Take some time. The clock is your friend at this point in the quarter.
Rare miss from Gray. It was a nice pass, actually, by Journey Cray to find the open teammate inside, but couldn't do it. A turnaround, and that's a tough shot. Miles able to clean up the rebound, send it up the other way. Oh, beautiful pass to Webb. Beautiful finish, too.
Yep. Great pass. Always look up when you have the ball in your hands, because you might find somebody open like that on the break in transition. Very nicely done. Keep your head up, kids, when you're dribbling.
How impressed are you with what you've seen from Cole Webb in this game?
I tell you what, a lot of these kids that come in and it's their first taste of action, you never know what to expect. But it seems like Cole Webb is unfazed and unconscious. It's like all of Team Gray right now.
Not stopping. I'm starting to wonder if Cole Webb is related to Brian Webb. Brian Webb of the Indy Stripes, who really came out last year, coming back as a 17-year-old season. This lead is up to 20, and I do have to give a lot of the credit to Cole Webb, 6'4". Hey, coaches, he's unsigned. Keep an eye on him. And keep your eyes right here. We're coming right back after a short break.
NBA League Pass knows you need basketball. Got a big game you can't miss? Get that single game pass. Ride hard for your squad? Team pass. That beat is bad, man. Get what you need with live games on NBA League Pass.
20-point lead for Team Gray. Cole Webb, 6 for 6 from the field, including 2 3-pointers. He's also found time to dish out a couple of assists. Man, how, kid is unsigned. Maybe that should end by end of day. I don't know. Soon, anyway.
Yeah, and, keep in mind that the period to sign these kids is coming up again. It'll be opening up here in the next couple of weeks. So definitely take a look. Even SimWorld Oceana, look to get Cole Webb if you can, because you want to kill his talent to go somewhere else.
Well, ball ends up in Webb's hands, and it leads to a dunk. 2 more other end. 1 minute to go now in the first quarter. It has been all Team Gray. It has been all Cole Webb.
Oh, great contest, though, there from Miles. Fantastic contest.
Gets the rebound as well, Madison Miles.
And now some double team Webb, which, I always say don't double. It's a bad idea because it always leaves somebody open. If you can find that person quick enough, we'll get a mismatch here like Miles has. It's usually a problem, but not there.
Miles did have a size advantage on that, but got pushed out a little further than his comfortable range. Oh,
hey!
And on the other end, look at that. Well,
Allie, let's go.
Blue has to take what positives they can get out of this, and they've had a couple positive moments in the first 8 minutes, but it has been all Team Gray, really. They're going to hold for the last shot here. Cole Webb.
Little fierce victories, if you will.
Miles. Ooh. It was a heady move to get free like that. Couldn't put it in, but Cole Webb, they're on your screen. Took control. Team Gray way up in this one. We got a lot more basketball to play here in Sydney coming up, though.
Meetings today. Remember, tandläkare at 9:30.
Fire off.
Fire off.
Open door.
Door open.
Så ska vi sätta en till.
Ja. Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Repeat that.
Open door.
I didn't understand that.
Hey, open door.
Play on the floor.
Get on the floor. Open the door.
Wrong voice command. Error.
Hey there, with a rock. Open door. Open door.
Higher volume. Higher.
Big lead, Team Gray, second quarter just getting ready to get underway here. B-Ron should mention, we talked all about Cole Webb there, but Kadarius Sylvia out of Australia, 6-foot guard, also had a couple threes. Contributor to this big Gray lead as Blue chips in it. At least gets it under 20 to open it. A little more positivity from them.
It's a start, I tell you what. It's something they got going. And, maybe the change will come when we flip baskets in the second half. Because right now, Team Gray, this basket here on this left side coming down the court is gotta be just a mile wide right now. They're hitting everything.
Yep. They have it dialed in at this point. But, like I said, going into the break, a lot more basketball play here in Sydney. A lot of time. Plenty of time for Blue to get back into this, and like what they're doing on offense here to start things.
Yeah, definitely like what they're doing here on offense to begin the second quarter. They are doing a very good job of using the screens that the team is setting and getting the big men to the basket, set them up for easy looks, which is always going to be one of the best ways to score.
Turnaround jumper there from Miles. Won't go. Again, a little bit further out than you'd like to see Madison Miles taking shots. Oh, the drive, the scoop, won't get it down. Found the play called on Aiden Humphreys, however, and that will send. Blue back to the line. Chance to chip into this lead a little bit more. Can get it down to 16.
Yeah, got to make the free throws and made the first one. So that's good. It's a good sign. Let's get the shots to fall now.
Some subs heading into the game. Got Trayvon Schlesinger as well as Traviana Boss getting back in the game. Traviana Boss for Team Blue. Obviously hasn't been their day so far, but Traviana Boss, just 15 years old, talented player. Oh, Aiden Humphreys snakes free underneath.
Yep, Madison Miles, man. He's got some vision. Big man got vision. Love to see it.
The Hawaiian showing off his handles there. Oh, nice drive here, however.
And I spoke about it. Oh, go ahead, E.
I was going to say, in Blue, the lead has been as much as 20. It is down a little bit now. Let's see if they can't maybe crawl their way back into this thing, B-Ron. But it sounds like you maybe had an observation ready to go there, too.
Yeah, so one of the things that I mentioned earlier was that Team Gray's done a good job of finding the open man. So far, they have 11 assists as a team. I was going to make it 12, but not yet.
I know, right? That one rattled out. Well, you expect their shots to go down the way it has been going. Opportunity here, and there's a Boss with the ball. Traviana Boss, again mentioned, just 15 years old, but super talented. Trying to drive inside. Nice defense. Has to pull it back out.
Denied. Clamps down.
Well, Boss had no intention of passing on that possession, and it worked out. Gets to the bucket, puts it up and in. Hey, when it works, it works.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. When it works, it works.
Oh.
Just like they drew up from shore.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Charlie Crane also out there for Team Blue, and he has it, top of the key. And there's Schlesinger driving, spinning, scoring. Oh, no, it rattles out. Halfway down twice. Couldn't get it to go. And Musa Michaud could not get it to go back either. Tough possession there for Blue. A couple chances. Couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, you expect to have at least one of those to fall. You maintain the video there. But unfortunately, none of them did.
Mason Miles just bullying inside. It has been Cole Webb from the outside in particular, and Mason Miles doing damage underneath. Lead back up to 19. Madison Miles, excuse me, not Mason Miles. 19-point lead back restored for Team Gray, almost halfway through second quarter. Let's take a quick break, folks. Come back. More action for Sydney when we return. And we are back. 4:34 remaining. Second quarter. Been pretty much all Team Gray from Australia. Well, you know, B-Ron, I've gotten a chance to do more than a few of these Basketball Without Borders games. They're fun because they're regular conventional games, not that a lot of what we see in the rest of our SimWorld preseason isn't, with the 3-on-3 and the sort of shorter game formats, but it's also been entertaining to see just the difference in style that you get between the domestic game and the international game, I think, and I think we're really kind of seeing Team Gray illustrate that today. The ball movement,
Yes.
you know, the passing, it's good stuff. And I'm telling you, if I'm a SimWorld coach out there, these are the kind of guys I want, I think. Get some winners on your team, right?
Yes, get some of these kids who want to move the ball around, because it seems like what we've seen anyway from the American side of the game, there's a lot more isolation and versus ball movement. And in my opinion, ball movement is the key to win games.
Ooh.
And we're seeing it.
Saw it right there. Pretty pass, Warren Cunningham. I think that was Journey Cray that finished it off, but I was paying attention to Cunningham and wanted to give him kudos for the pass on that.
Looking like another Cunningham that we would be familiar with here in the States.
Oh, well. Matador defense leads to an easy layup there, one of the few poor moments for Team Gray so far in this one.
They've got
Somebody
20
missed it
points
this time.
with Team Blue, so look, man, they're doing something.
Hey, they're grinding. They haven't given up. Oh, nice block there. Hey, up the other way. Chance to bring this down to 15 on this possession, which would be as close as it's been in some time.
I feel like that's been a theme with these international games that we've seen, is that one team jumps out to a big lead and the other one doesn't give up. They stay in the game and they fight their way back into the game every single time. The Africa game we called, it looked like it was going to be a blowout, and then second half came around, totally different game.
Well, Blue is working to get back into this. Nice drive and score there, but Travion Abbas, that was just a 2 that he hit on the other end. I thought it was a 3, but
they're going to need, though, to go on a run here, Team Blue. They're going to need stops defensively, and they're going to need to get multiple buckets in a row, because I think that's just like Team Gray did to begin the game. They're going to have one of their own like that to really make a dent and get back in the game. You can't trade buckets with Team Gray the way they're playing, the way they play so far, so I should say.
Journey Cray was unable to connect on his jumper on the other end. Abbas from outside, and again he hits. I've been talking this kid up, and now you're seeing why. Travion Abbas II, just 15 years old. Hit that 3 right there, however. Cuts this lead down to 14, and that is as close as Blue has had it in some time. Just 2:01 remaining in the first half.
Yeah,
Coaching him up there. Yeah.
And Abbas is committed to play for SimWorld Oceania. So we are looking forward to seeing what he can do with them this season. You can do things like that, like we're seeing so far in this game. He's going to be a very important piece.
Well, 6'2" shooter from Parramatta in Australia. Actually really kind of known more as an offensive creator, doing more off the dribble drive than an outside shot. But as you can see, he does have that in his bag of tricks as well. Nailed that one there to bring Blue a little bit closer to, I think B-Ron, if I was coaching Team Blue right now, I'd be looking let's try to get this down to 10. If we can get it under 10 by halftime, that would be amazing. But let's make 10 our target. Shave 4 more points off here in these last 2 minutes.
Yeah, definitely agree. And now you got to go to work here on the inside. Yes, sir.
Well, it seems like Gray, has just a bit of a size advantage, and they have used it to good effect so far opening half here.
Yeah, they really, really have. I see them do it more, honestly, because that's going to wear down those smaller defenders and lead them to maybe not be as productive on the offensive side when they have the ball in their hands. Maybe. What a shot.
Tough shot. Goes in. Keeps it at 14. 14-point margin.
Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about with the trading buckets. You can't have that right now at the stage of the game if you want to cut it down to 10, like you said, E. You have to get stops, and you have to get them consecutively and score when you have the ball.
Giovanni Conwell.
Oh, man.
2 bites at the apple, and he makes the second one count. Did a nice job, too, of gathering an errant alley-oop pass that was intended for him. Giovanni Conwell definitely seen as one of the key cogs for SimWorld Oceania this year, showing you a little bit of why right there.
Oh yeah, those are all hustle and effort plays right there, and that's one of the things that you can't coach.
Nice effort to get a clean look, but it won't go down there. Rebounded by Raziel Bedell.
The good box out by Bedell on the bigger man there too.
Wow! Look at that. Yeah, just interior size proving too much for Team Blue. Back up to an 18-point lead. While I was talking about that 10-point margin, it's gone the other way, B-Ron.
It sure has gone the other way. And, you would like to see a lot of these kids stay and play for SimWorld Oceania.
Yeah.
I don't know that that'll be possible, but, because it's been a really fun game so far, despite everything.
18-point advantage Team Gray. We're going to take a halftime break, come back, and we'll get the second half in Sydney set up next. Welcome back, folks. That first half, all Team Gray in Basketball Without Borders Australia, but 16 minutes for Team Blue to get right, 18-point deficit. E-Lava and B-Ron calling this one, and we're calling things in the booth, me and you, B-Ron, but on the floor it has been a two-man show. Cole Webb, Mass and Miles for Team Gray. And look at that, Webb whipped off that rebound, coming up the other way. Webb, leading scorer in the game with 14. I don't think he played in the second quarter, B-Ron.
Got a lot of rest, and That's not a good sign.
Well, I
don't
think that shot might have been tipped, blocked.
tipped?
I'd like to
I
get a
don't know.
replay of that.
They're
Actually,
saying blue ball, so
yeah. Well, maybe he didn't. If that's an error. Well, it's Webb's first miss of the day, so
Yes.
I guess he saved it up and stuck all of his bad juju into that ball.
right, yeah.
You know?
One can only hope, I guess. Hey!
Oh, there's a pretty drive. Musumi showed, he showed probably the highest rated talent on this Team Blue, but hasn't done much. Not in that first half anyway, but looking a little
He's
more
been
lively.
very quiet to begin the game so far. Hopefully, we want to see him get more active in the second half. And if that's any indication, he's getting active immediately.
Darius Sylvia couldn't get that shot to go for Gray.
Team Blues really started on the defensive end to begin the third quarter, which is a good sign. And as I said earlier, before we ended the half, if the other game's been any indication, we're going to see a comeback of sorts. And this game might become close, and I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Could be wrong, but not a prediction, just observation.
Isaiah Dubé just cut the lead down to 14, and Blue has gotten 2 stops on the defensive end to start this thing.
Yep.
Just need to win if you're going to get back into this, you're going to do it one possession at a time. You're not going to have a 10-point stop or a 8-point possession.
Right.
You got to do it
exactly.
one at a time.
Exactly.
Got to be encouraged by what you see. And Isaiah Dubé, Dubé actually played fairly well first half for Team Blue. Couldn't get that shot to go. However, Madison Miles, that's a really poor shot selection from him. Never had his feet set, way outside of his range.
No, those are not the kind of shots you want to see him take. Oh, my. Wow.
Highlight dunk there. Quick note from my producer, Ron Yell. Capture that one. That one. That is Kavir Morabito already signed up with SimWorld Oceania. Athletic move there from Morabito. 12 points is all that separates these two teams now. Good little run to start the second half. Team Blue. And did he dribble that thing out of bounds? He did. Blue ball.
Oh, no. That's not what you want to have right now. Now things are starting to unravel for your team.
Morabito hit that shot, coming back out, however. Charlie Crane replaces him for Team Blue. Team Gray, Aiden Humphreys and Marcus Ernst into the game for Team Gray as they look to basically get their rhythm back, get their groove back on. This game has dropped to 10. I finally got that 10 points
we
that
got
I was looking for, B-Ron.
We finally got the 10-point game we're hoping to see.
And another block. Ernst got it back and tried a second shot. Couldn't go. Here comes Isaiah Dubé. Nice pass. Nice finish.
Wow, what a tough shot.
B-Ron, this thing is under double digits.
Good timeout call there by Coach of Team Gray. Definitely needed to get that in at this point. Team Blue gone on a huge run to begin the third quarter, and they've got it under 10.
And they're doing it with defense, B-Ron. Team Gray has not scored so far. 3 minutes, 14 seconds into this second quarter.
I'm glad you did that math. I was like,
okay. More than 3 minutes would have sufficed as well. But Isaiah Dubé, impressive. And keep in mind, Dubé, another one of these unsigned players out there right now. Along with some of the other people we've seen star in this game. Cole Webb, of course, Madison Miles on Team Gray. But for Team Blue, Isaiah Dubé, and also Akil Huber, the other Hawaiian in this game. He's playing for Team Blue. Looking for a SimWorld squad.
Looking for a SimWorld squad, and with any luck, a lot of these players may stay and play for SimWorld Oceania.
Oh, Cunningham.
Their roster.
Warren Cunningham hits the jumper. Cunningham in the game, sending Cole Webb back to the bench. Webb's offensive performance, he did miss badly on that one shot he took here in this third quarter, but Webb has really stuff the stat sheet without getting a ton of minutes. It's not like they're working him out there. Now that shot looked a little bit unorthodox, but nobody cares when it goes in.
Yeah, little guy he didn't want to play defense though. I understand. You know what? I don't have that one.
It may be time for Team Gray. That's right. Focus on locking down here. Warren Cunningham, just saw him hit a shot a minute ago, has it out top. Shot clock winding down. Long jumper won't go.
And Team Blues defense has been very good. Very good to begin the third quarter of play here. Very impressed by it.
Impressed by that drive, but it rolls off the front of the rim. Lauro Greenwood, haven't called his name out, able to come up with the rebound there for Team Gray. And he gives it back up to Cunningham. Hit that three. Oh, he's going to try another. Oh,
he got that one.
Warren Cunningham stepping in for Cole Webb and doing his best Cole Webb impersonation, at least based on how that kid played that first half.
Absolutely.
2 threes, and those threes, man, without those shots by Cunningham, Team Gray is 0 for the second half outside of Warren Cunningham and his 2 3-point splashes. The 6 he's tacked on. Only thing that still giving Gray a comfortable 12-point advantage at this point, 52-40 with 2:58 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that comfortable is in quotation marks at this point.
Well, we have a little break here, B-Ron. Wanted to get your thoughts. I know how closely you studied the Havoc in the Heartland tournament. Team Bay Breakers, another impressive preseason tournament win. Have any thoughts on how that unfolded, I should say?
Honestly, I'm very impressed by their ability to turn it on late in games when it seems like it was getting away from them. You don't like to see that as much, but it's good that it's there because now you have that in your pocket for when the real games start to matter.
I have to agree with that. Ooh, foul there by Michaud. Says he hit him on the arm. Going to send Gray back to the line. 10-point lead. Well, talked about the tournament that just ended. How about the East Coast Showdown coming up soon? Actually, it's not our next tournament in line. Chi-Town Hoopers is the next one that starts playing, but definitely wanted to let people know that the East Coast Showdown invites go out today. So that is exciting. See which players and teams are going to be participating in that preseason tournament, and that is almost getting us to the end of our preseason too. B-Ron, just have the Golden State event after that, and you mentioned earlier signing period reopening and the season getting ready to start here too in the new year.
Yeah, we're getting close to time, man. It's gonna be a really fun year, and I'm so excited to get the actual game started. Going back to the East Coast Showcase for a second, the only teams we know that are going to be in there are Team Beasts of the East, Gotham 5, Run DMV, Philadelphia Elite, and the Originators are the only teams that we know they're going to be in there for sure. Everyone else will be, as you said, invited. Those will go out today. I'm excited to see that whenever it's announced.
Yeah. Cunningham, outside shot again. Cunningham has been the Gray offense so far in the second half.
Absolutely.
Nobody else has scored but him. 3 threes and 2 free throws for Warren Cunningham.
He's doing it all himself, man. And it's impressive to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't expect guys like that to have that ability to do that, but when they show that they can, it makes you think a little bit, okay, let me see what I can do with you on my team then.
Well, again, it's scary to think what this game might be right now if Warren Cunningham hadn't put on this performance. As the rest of Team Gray are tell right then and there, unable to get anything done. Another foul on the show.
Not happy about it.
He doesn't like that. No, he doesn't like that at all. But it's going to send Gray back to the line.
As they're going to have a sub here. That's Yanni Conwell checking in for Ernest.
Conwell back in. Conwell, potential captain for SimWorld Oceania. But a chance to convert here at the stripe. Extend back to a 14-point lead. It had been cut down to as little as 8. Team Blue definitely not giving up. and in general played pretty well in this quarter. Just some outside shooting from Warren Cunningham, in particular, keeping Team Gray out in front.
Yeah, all things aside, this has been Team Blue's best quarter of the game so far, and they have a lot to build on going into the fourth quarter, but they've got to just keep it going. And I think that if they can keep it going, the fourth quarter is going to be interesting.
Well, earlier point in this game, wasn't sure if we could even hope for that.
Right. Yeah.
Team Gray blew out to a 20-point advantage in the first quarter, 28-8. But since then, Blue's been pesky, been sticking around, and really could have thrown a scare in this third quarter, if not for Cunningham's heroics. Some subs, Schlesinger coming off, and Kavir Morabito coming back in. He was a contributor for Blue in this quarter with that spectacular drive and dunk we had earlier.
He sure was. And I don't, speaking of contributors, I want to talk for a minute about the Shaitan Hubis Only Invitation that's coming up. We all know about Renzo Phenom and how the whole situation is going. Talking about that for a second, Phenom is the biggest contributor on that basketball team. We're talking about going to Lakeshore Drive and all that stuff. I know you spoke about him going to SimWorld Oceanic, but you know what do you make of all of that?
I mean, I make my Phenom to Oceania comments and posts somewhat in jest, of course, but at the same time, I almost think the best thing for him, maybe all those teams, but particularly for him, would be just to get a clean break and literally go someplace else entirely. If you want to stick somewhat close to home, maybe you talk to the Heartland Zombies or something like that, maybe even Indy. But I throw Oceania out there because I just feel like Phenom needs to get away from it all. I feel like he just needs to get away from it all.
And see, I also agree with both of you and Rick Blaze. We were talking about it earlier in the Discord. Okay.
Pretty dunk.
Pretty dunk, absolutely. But I agree with you guys that I feel like a clean break there is in the cards, and I think it should happen. But I don't know if it's going to, just because I feel like, at some point you have to work out these issues as teammates, as people. Coaches have to do what they have to do. So, I mean, that's part of life growing up.
Well, thanks to Warren Cunningham, Team Gray has maintained their lead here in this third quarter. They're up by 16, 8 minutes to play in Sydney when we return.
Hier ist mein Sektor. Das hier ist das wichtigste Gerät des Küstenwächters. Das Gerät und das Gerät. Überlebensradar.
Mayday, Mayday. Hello, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you... Over. We are sinking. We are sinking.
Hello? This is the German Coast Guard.
We are sinking. We're sinking.
What are you thinking about?
Just 8 minutes left for Team Blue to try to get back into this. They made a nice little push there in the third quarter, but Warren Cunningham, 14 points, 14 of the 19 that Gray put up in that quarter on 4 for 4 3-point shooting, B-Ron. What a performance that may have been game-saving. I mean, it's funny to say that when you got a margin like this, but If he goes 1 for 4 for 3 in that quarter,
we're talking a totally different
we
thing.
got a close game here. That's right.
Yeah, exactly. And, to add on to those 14
what a
points,
dish.
Cunningham, what a pass inside. Man, to add on to those 14 points, Aiden Humphries also chipped in 5 of his own.
Yep, two-man show for Gray, but it was enough. They've got the lead back up to 18 after that score there.
Yeah, it was enough to hold on to that lead, but I don't think they can afford to I don't think they can afford to do that again. And not have a performance like Cunningham. To rely on that kind of again here in the fourth quarter, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's a risk you want to take.
That's not the way you want to play it. Hopefully a little bit more of a team game. Giovanni Conwell back out there for Team Gray. 3 on the way. Up and good.
Great shot. I really, really love the ball movement we're seeing from both of these teams in this game, but especially Team Gray. They've led the game in assists so far on both sides, and it's just so impressive to see.
You also have to be impressed with the outside shooting, particularly from Team Gray. Both teams a little bit, but definitely Team Gray. Cole Webb, Warren Cunningham, getting it done out there.
Yeah, we spoke about the differences earlier between international and American styles, and I think in this game at least, we're seeing that it's ball movement and shooters. And playmaking is the biggest thing.
There's Akil Huber, and he drops a 3 in too. Huber, the other American in this contest, the other Hawaiian in this contest. Well, Gray did have a 21-point lead just a second ago. Blue has hurriedly chipped back into that, but Blue had it down to as little as an 8-point margin in the third quarter, but Team Gray, 21, had been the biggest lead. 3 on the way. That won't go.
Active feet, though, on the offensive side. Just moving without the ball, too. I think that's one of the things that goes unnoticed sometimes and unlooked at by a lot of people, unappreciative sometimes, of seeing players move without the ball, get themselves open for a good look. That shot there at the end of the shot clock was a good shot. He moved and he got open for it, using the screen from his teammate to set him up for it. I thought we were going to see another dunk.
I did too. Well, we didn't get the highlight there, but it might be a highlight just the way that Conwell burned Akil Huber to get to that bucket right there.
I went a little bit ready for the dunk. It didn't happen, but man.
Well, 2 more for Blue right there. Good look from Morabito. Lead 14, had been 21 earlier.
Oh, and what?
Well,
getting in trouble again. The fouls. That's what his fourth one?
I believe that is a third. He is going to stay in the game.
I know he had a couple in the last quarter. Wasn't too thrilled about those. And now picked up, like I said, his third one here. Staying in the game because I feel like he has to, but picking up that third one here is probably not gonna help his confidence on the defensive end. What am I supposed to do? Every time I go do something, I get fouled. But you got to keep playing defense if you're Team Blue. Got to keep playing defense. Got to keep locking down, trying to anyway. Because as I said earlier, you can't trade buckets. Because Team Gray is starting to get hot again.
Yep, that's right.
If you want to make a dent in this lead, it starts on the defensive end. We love defense here. And, defense wins championships, as the saying goes. And in a game like this, with the lead as big as it is, the only way to get back in the game really starts on the defensive end.
Conwell, nice drive right there. 17-point margin. We're now halfway through the fourth quarter. Starting to get a little out of reach for Team Blue. No quit in them, but starting to get challenging to imagine coming back in this. Darius Sylvia pulls down the rebound, comes up the other way.
Yeah, we've seen crazier things. The Atlanta Falcons exist.
We have.
So,
We definitely have. A little one-on-one game there. Doesn't quite go. Well, you're talking about defense winning championships, but in this game, I think it's really been the unselfish passing and the outside shooting of Team Gray that has been the difference. Some credit too,
Yes,
of course, to the inside play we've seen, particularly Madison Miles for Team Gray has been a force down low.
Yeah, Miles has been, like you said, a force down low, but like you said, it has really been the outside shooting of Team Gray and the unselfish play that's gotten them in the position that they're in right now. Oh my goodness!
Drive and elevate and hang in the air for that one.
Those kinds of things always get a gym going, no
Yep.
matter what the score is.
Blue has had highlight moments today, just not enough and not consistently. And too much of that from Team Gray. 2.5 minutes to play.
Yeah, I think now it's getting to the point where we can talk about other things, or at least focus on this upcoming, like, again, the Chi-Town Hoopers tournament. Do you have any predictions for that one, E, or any initial thoughts on it?
Oh, I mean, I don't know if it's prediction, given what's going on, and you asked me about it a few minutes ago, B-Ron. It could only happen in a championship matchup, the way that the bracket is drawn, but it would be fantastic to see Bad Boys playing Lakeshore Drive with the Phenom drama going on. They could almost play winner of that game gets to keep Lorenzo. That is what I would like to see.
Stipulation game, yeah.
But that said, hey, we'll see. Indy Stripes, Gil Blumenstein, going to be there. That should be entertaining. Actually, Gil's not on the Indy team making it there, but you will have Dino Ahern, Christian Kelly.
Honestly, the fact that he's not on that team is surprising, considering he's committed to the Indy Stripes.
He is.
That's a little crazy to me.
He will be invited in there anyway, though. We may see Gil there. But no, I would love to see Bad Boys and Lakeshore somehow meet in that final. That would be the best story, no doubt.
I agree. That would definitely be the perfect ending to that tournament.
Yeah.
Given everything that's gone on with those two teams in the last few months, battling over the Phenom, or I guess not, whatever the situation is. It's a whole thing, man. There's a lot to unpack there, and we don't have much time to do it here.
No.
The rest of this game left.
Hey, look at that, Cole Webb. Going to end this game the way he started it, on fire from deep. Another 3 for him. 18-point lead. Got too excited for a second. I thought they had back up to 20. Well, got a chance to now. Webb rebound up the other way.
Yep. I think we can start to get Katie, unless she's already in the area somewhere.
Well, that dunk will put a bit of an exclamation point on it. And it is a 20-point advantage now. 84-64. Nice night here in Australia from Team Gray. That pass was tipped, but controlled and back up in.
I love that they're not afraid to throw the ball up, try that kind of stuff. If you see a teammate open, cut to the basket, and you have the passing lane to do it, try it, man. Why not? Yeah, nothing else to lose at this point. You know what I mean?
Nope. Ooh. Slick pass back out to Webb. Shot clock running down, but he gives it up. Gonna try 3. That one won't go.
In the space to hit it, though, the pump fake backed this man off just enough to get a better look at that.
Ooh, the turnaround. Tough shot. Gets it to go. Coming up on 30 seconds to play in this one. Well, B-Ron, it's been good working with you behind the booth as always.
Always a pleasure, E.
Also want to thank my producer, Roniel, for being with us. I want to thank all of you who watched. Hopefully some coaches out there in that viewing audience. You might want to get on the phone. Talk to a couple of these shooters we've seen out here. Some shooters, some playmakers.
Defensive guys, know everything.
Cole Webb, Warren Cunningham, and Madison Miles III, I think in particular, helped their stock out today. Deep 3 won't go. That should end things. 86-66, 20-point win for Team Gray in Sydney. Thanks again, folks. It's been great having you with us. Look forward to having you back to watch the Chi-Town Hoopers coming up next. For myself, for Roniel, and for B-Ron, thanks for being with us. We'll see you again soon, folks, and Happy New Year.